Speaking of playing dumb, Sharon Osbourne's downward spiral continued this week on an exclusive one-on-one with Kevin Frazier of Entertainment Tonight. She implied that she's been set up by producers for their heated discussion about Piers Morgan and Meghan Markle and the racism. She told Kevin, "I cannot believe I'm your sacrificial lamb." I can't do an English accent, but whatever. She's, of course, she's playing the victim. Kevin Frazier even caught backlash for taking it easy on Sharon, encouraging Black women, once again, we got to fix their problems, to hold a summit concerning her comments. Kevin, you know better. That's not on us, that's on her. What do you think about her lack of accountability? And what do you think about this brother, which, I'm cool with Kevin Frazier, but why are we swooping in to save this lady? She don't let her save herself. What y'all think?
It's getting to a point now where Black people as a whole are becoming so fed up with white people that our sentiments can be confused as racist. But y'all, listen, white folks, we're tired of y'all. Like, I just don't understand why we have to hold summits to educate y'all on something that y'all created. No, how about you take your ass to your nearest HOA meeting, your canasta club, your tennis group, and you sit around with the other Karens and their husbands and talk about racism. We're sick and tired of educating y'all. Y'all would never go to a rape victim and ask the rape victim to explain to a group of rapists what about the situation was rape, but you expect us to explain to you what about your trauma inflicting behavior is trauma inflicting. The second thing about it is whiteness is one hell of a drug, baby, because for you to be able to fool Allah and philander through this damn world and do and say whatever the hell you want to do to say to people, and then wake up the next day, brush your teeth, put that tired ass strawberry rinse on your head and say, I'm gonna go out in the world and I'm gonna tell people that I was set up and they're gonna believe me and be the victim. It's just one hell of a delusion and a drug. I don't understand how you were set up. Set up, in my opinion, is saying, Sharon, what are your thoughts about your husband's mistress? That's a setup. Mm-hmm. Asking you questions about a very broad racial topic that's permeating the news, and you're in a news reporting space, and you mess around and show your support of racism slip. That ain't a setup. That's a slip up. That's on you, mama.
Q, she said that they were supposed to talk about Pepe Le Pew getting canceled because, he's the rapist skunk that was always trying to rape the cat. And it turned into the Piers Morgan conversation, which was news. I don't buy that at all. And she was said, no, you made those comments. And it was really about how she was talking to Cheryl Underwood was the real issue we had with you, Sharon Osbourne. So knock it off. Cut the shit. Al, what do you think?
Ooh, this is a very interesting, and this particular situation has multiple layers. One thing that I do know, because I was a part of a shakedown like this from a major network, if you don't remember, of course. I do understand where she's coming from. What she's basically saying is CBS, remember, is where Gayle King is at the top of the morning. CBS is also the network that secured the Harry and Meghan exclusive interview with Gayle King's best friend, Oprah Winfrey, which was aired on CBS. CBS is also the house of the talk. And even though CBS had put a lot of chips in the space of protecting and betting on the royal family, Sharon stood on the opposite side of the table. So what happens in this space was CBS saw an opportunity to pluck her off the network. And this is what I think is going to unfold. You're going to see her issue an apology, and she's going to say she's going to explore other career opportunities, in my opinion. I don't understand, though, why, A, it took so long, given all of the other cases in which she has presented racial epithet towards other co-hosts, as well as homophobic epithet. I don't understand why it's taken them 11 years to remove her off of the platform, given all of her derogatory comments, feelings, and suggestions. I think in this case, it was money versus fame, and money will always win, especially with a major network.
Okay, so you think it was a bigger plan to really get her out of there? Do you believe that?
I think so.
Okay. In other Sharon news, Leah Remini alleges that Sharon Osbourne made racial slurs about the talk host Julie Chen, who's Chinese American. Leah says Sharon used the words wonton and slanty eyes to describe Julie. Not a good look. I think Julie is with the head of CBS, right? She also said that Sharon openly called lesbian actress and executive producer Sarah Gilbert a can I say that word? A pea licker and fish eater. Wow. If any of these rumors, if this is true, do you think she should be fired from the talk? What do y'all think?
You know,
the comments that she made years ago. First of all, the comment about Miss Chang, who was on what's her Julie, right?
Yeah,
Wasn't Julie married to the president of CBS?
Yeah, yeah.
Was right. He was the president of CBS. So believe me, if she said anything to his wife that was derogatory and they felt it was derogatory or racist, don't you think she would have got plucked off then?
It was behind her back. She said it to Leah is saying she said it to her. So it wasn't like, I don't know if Julie was knowledgeable about it behind her back.
All right. I just feel like she's got a long history of calling people all types of names, from ghetto to slanted eyes to pea licking, and nothing has ever happened to her before because her celebrity was able to outweigh those in which she was talking about. I think in this case, she's got a big network behind a big situation and she's on the opposite end of the table and they plucked her ass right on out of there.
We have some YouTube comments I want to share. Bobby says, why can't they just go to the library and educate themselves? Destiny says, why is Kevin even helping her on her apology tour? Kiki says, now Sharon is the victim. Smells like white privilege. Marvin says, why are people checking on Sharon and not Cheryl? That part. And Rodney says, of course, Al would side with Sharon a little bit. And Tanisha says, the talk needs a switch up.
Now, how am I siding with Sharon a little bit?
Yeah,
you want to know what's funny? When she, you know, I will say this, Al, you did open my eyes to a little thing about, I didn't even connect the dots between the CBS interview, Oprah, Gayle. Let's keep in mind that Oprah also has a contract to be a 60 Minutes reporter or something with them on that, or whatever the case may be. And then Sharon being on the opposite end of the spectrum. So I guess her thing is, of all the people y'all could have asked these questions about, why did you ask me? But it would made for the most controversial talk. The only reason why I still call bullshit is because Sharon, they didn't make you have the emotional response.
That's right.
Make you yell at Cheryl, and all you simply had to do was answer the question with style and grace and say simply, listen, y'all, I'm a Brit, Pierce is my friend, and I don't see it that way, and go to commercial break. That's all you had to do.
And I do understand that the British have a different kind of a very dry delivery and sense of humor sometimes, and sometimes that's not how we speak over here. So I get like there's a different way that they talk, but listen, there's no mistakes can be made about how she was speaking. Her tone to Cheryl was absolutely.
You can definitely tell somewhere in there she was guilty of something that touched a chord, right? And there was multiple layers to it too. It was not only race oriented, but it was also what I felt to be a power struggle. At that moment on television, a network that she thought was behind her 100%, she was just told, sweetheart, go to the back of the line. And she was not only shocked and surprised, but she was in dismay that they would actually do that to her after all that she had given them in her relationships to bring to that show and make it interesting.
It was very obvious that she was talking down to Cheryl, and she felt that she was at a much higher level on that show than Cheryl was. And to my knowledge, they're peers, and that's that.